Alright guys, well I was getting things set up in the previous video and clearing out this pile that was under the outfeed conveyor here, and I went ahead and swapped out that trailer with an empty one over here for our to catch our resplits, because I just want to do a little test to see kind of how much wood comes off, finished wood, in relation to the resplits when using this multi-tech sorting tumbler here that we've got. I think we've got the spacing set at about 4.5, if I'm not mistaken on that. So anything any larger than that comes out right here into this trailer. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some error in that. There's going to be some smaller pieces, especially running hickory. Hickory is super stringy, so you know that doesn't help. Sometimes two pieces will get, you know, stuck together. But any kind of little knot or something like that can throw, you know, kind of get it a little bit, you know, a little bit messed up where it doesn't, you know, doesn't fall through or something like that. But yeah, and I went ahead and emptied out this hopper, so I'll be able to also show you how much debris we get off of one live deck as well. So all the conveyors are pretty much empty. There might be a little bit of wood on one or two of them, but for the most part, this will be a good representation of what one live deck puts out. And this is a pretty good size, you know, pretty good live deck. I've got decent sized wood on here. Some smaller stuff, some larger stuff. You know, I don't know, that one might be, you know, 15-inch on the butt end there, 16-inch, something like that. Some of these are kind of smaller. I think that's the top end of that one. So it gets a little larger down to the other side. I'll walk you around and show you kind of the whole bunch of logs here. So we'll go ahead and count them too, see how many we got on here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the deck, and 1 in the feed trough there. And they're all decent sized stuff. You know, like I said, all hickory as well. So we'll get running this. I'll get y'all set up so you can watch. Alright guys, so that was one live deck there. Y'all just saw me run. Let's see how much debris we got while I'm walking past here. There we go. That's this bin here. I'd say is, I mean, it's probably a good 3 yards of material. So that's you know, I don't know. We can run a bunch more before. I mean, we even heap it up, you know, pretty significantly before we pull it out of here. So I don't know, we might get a good bit more than 3 yards in there, probably 4 yards or so. And that's just a guess, honestly. All right, so I'm gonna take you over to the finished wood pile first, see what it looks like. All right, so there we go. Good bit of wood. I mean, definitely more than that previous video that I took when we were running that smaller diameter stuff. I'd say this is a good bit more wood than that. Now, you know what I might do is go ahead and just crate this up. That way you guys have an idea how many crates that one live deck made. I'll probably do that for sure. And then let's see what resplits we've got. So that's where we're left right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stack those out so I can count them for you guys. And see how many resplits, how many actual resplits there are, and then how many finished pieces of wood snuck through the sorting tumbler there. So there's 59 resplits right here out of that whole live deck. I consider that pretty good. I mean, you're always going to get some pieces that, even though they're good diameter, you get an angle cut or something on the back end that'll make it to where it doesn't split right in the center. All right, guys. So I had to load a customer real quick, but we had, I think it was 51 resplits. Now let me just count the finished wood that fell in here, you know, to just see how, you know, this sorter does. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 32 finished pieces, and that's really good. And I mean, obviously what happens here is when this trailer gets filled up and this gets lifted, you know, and put by a splitter for someone to resplit, these finished pieces just get thrown in, you know, they don't get resplit. So it takes a little bit of time to handle them, but a lot less time than handling every single piece of wood, obviously, that comes off like we used to. So this sorter works really well. We've been really happy with it. Like I said, one of the best investments we've ever made. So now we'll go ahead and I'm gonna get that finished wood pile loaded into some baskets. We'll see how much wood it made. Obviously this would have been included in it, you know, along with that being resplit. So take that into consideration to kind of see how much was on that live deck. But we'll at least see how much finished wood came off the end, and get that loaded into load it into some totes and see where we wind up. So first off, let me just show you what I got lined up here. You know, it's the same baskets that I had lined up on the previous video, but I've got these 4 empties right here, and then I've got those 2 partials. I don't know if we'll even, I don't know, it'll probably at least fill 4, so we'll see though. Guys, so not bad. I just went ahead and took care of moving that pile, and I mean that only takes just a couple minutes. I don't do it that way every time, obviously y'all know that. I let the pile build up, but I was just doing that for demonstration purposes, and you know, it's good for me to know honestly as well. Not something I've ever done before, just one live deck and then crated it up. But went ahead and I mean, I think by the time these are shuffled down, I mean these will be filled up. You're probably gonna have to move a little bit of these over to those, so almost 6 full totes just out of that one live deck. Definitely would be 6 full totes if you included the resplits that are in the trailer. If you were to take all that out and put that into these, I'd say I got about 6 totes out of a live deck. So good information to know. Like I said, I think that was 10 logs. I think there were 9 on the live deck there, and then 1 in the feed trough, and they were, you know, nothing too big. And then there were definitely some smaller ones, some stuff probably in the 6 and 8 inch range. Probably the largest log was maybe 16 inch. So I definitely run bigger wood on occasion, but most of the hickory that I have is smaller diameter stuff. So I didn't sort out any logs or anything like that. Just take off the front of the pile, put it on the live deck, and that's what I wound up with. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it was informational a little bit for you, and we'll see you on the next one.